Definition: composition of milk and factor affecting composition of milk. Nutritive value of milk. Definition: composition of milk and factor affecting composition of milk. Nutritive value of milk. Definition: legal, whole fresh clean lacteal secretion obtained by complete milking of udder of one or more healthy milk animal, excluding that obtained within 15 days before or 5 days after calving, practically colostrum free and containing the minimum prescribed percentage of milk fat and milk solid not fat SNF. Cow 3.5% fat, 8.5% SNF. Buffalo 6% fat and 9% SNF. Composition of milk: species, water, fat, protein, lactose. S. Water highest measure fat elephant, protein dog, lactose elephant. S. U. Major constituent of milk. Major constituent of milk: milk, fat, milk water, fat, true fat, associated fat, phospholipid, cholesterol, carotene, vitamin A, D, E, K. SNF solid not fat, lactose, nitrogenous substance, protein, NPN, casein, alpha, S1, S2, beta, kappa, wavy protein, alpha lactalbumin, beta lactalbumin, mineral, other pigment, dissolved grasses, vitamin B, C, enzyme. Water: free water 90%, bound water 10%. Removed by some method cannot. Bound water 10% cannot be removed except milk powder 3% water. Total solid fat and SNF. Fat, also known as lipid butterfat, lipid milk fat, fat globule, triglyceride, 3 molecule of fatty acid attached with 1 molecule of glycerol, surrounded by fat globule membrane, FGM, which is proteinous membrane. Size of fat globule 0.01 to 0.01 mm or 1 to 500 inch. Animal with low fat, smaller size of fat globule. Animal with more fat, large size of fat globule. Buffalo 0.01 mm. Cream is gathering of fat with FGM, lipoprotein membrane. Butter is gathering of fat with fatty acid. 1 gram fat is equal to 9.1 kilocalorie per gram energy produced. True fat, fat globule along with fatty acid and FGM, simple lipid. Some of different type of fatty acid attached together. Saturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acid are good for health. All valences are satisfied. Short chain fatty acid or volatile fatty acid produce flavovirus in milk and milk product. Liquid at room temperature. Example: butyric acid, capric acid, caprylic acid. Long chain fatty acid or non-volatile fatty acid, solid at room temperature. Example: stearic acid, palmitic acid, and myristic acid. Unsaturated fatty acid. Valences are not satisfied. Additional double bond between carbon and hydrogen. Rich with iodine, bromine, chlorine. Deterioration of quality, density, hazardous to death. Compound lipid. One hydroxyl molecule of fatty acid is replaced by phosphate group of true fat. Example: lecithin and cephalin. Derived lipid. One hydroxyl molecule of glycerol is replaced by alcohol, cholesterol. Associated substance: fat soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K, fat soluble additive or preservative adulteration, phospholipid volatile in nature, give flavor to milk and milk product. SNF: A. Lactose. Principal sugar present in the milk impart sweet taste and flavor to the milk, 6 times less sweet than sucrose. Composed of one molecule of glucose and one molecule of lactose. Lactose amount varies from species to species, maximum in dog, minimum in rabbit. Type: alpha lactose soft and digest, beta lactose hard to digest. Bifidus factor human milk. Bifidus factor human milk convert lactose to lactogen, help development of gut microflora, act as laxative, help in absorption of calcium, firm skin. Beta nitrogenous substance. B nitrogenous substance protein casein, 80% of total protein precipitated at pH 4.7. Wavy or globular protein, 20% of total protein precipitated at pH 2.2. Non-protein nitrogenous substance urea, breakdown of protein due to enzyme and bacteria, very minor quantity, harmless. Amino acid: all essential amino acid: histidine, arginine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. Casein: separated at pH 4.7 in four-way: acid coagulation, alcohol coagulation, enzyme coagulation, and heavy metal coagulation. Compound of different amino acid in chain form. Colloidal in stage, and amino acid chain is broken down for preparation of coagulated milk product like paneer channa. Casein present in the form of calcium caseinate phosphate complex. 3 form: alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha casein, hard casein, difficult to digest. Buffalo milk maximum, cow milk very less, human milk no. Cow milk is suitable substitute for human milk. Wavy or serum globular protein separate at pH 2.2. Globular protein forming ability and solubility, rich and nutritious, rich in biological protein. 2 type: alpha lactalbumin and beta lactoglobulin. Other substance as or mineral: calcium plus magnesium plus phosphate plus citrate, fixed ratio 1. Ratio altered: curdling of milk is altered. Buffalo milk more for making cheese. 4. Softening: phosphate and citrate are added. Cow milk less calcium added for cheese. Late lactation: cholesterol more phosphate and citrate. Enzyme: lipase breakdown lipid and release fatty acid. Aroma to butter: release of butyric acid. Generally present in fat globular membrane. Protease act as a peptide linkage and release as excess amount ropinase on long setting. Peroxidase dehydration of bacterial cell and death. Phosphate indicator of proper pasteurization. Galactase indicator of subclinical mastitis bactericidal activity. Lactase conversion of lactose to lactic acid. Vitamin: water soluble vitamin, vitamin C and B complex. Fat soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K. Pigment: 2 type: fat soluble, carotene and xanthophyll. Carotene, yellow color of milk and product. Antioxidant, precursor of vitamin A. Alpha carotene, 1 molecule, beta carotene, 2 molecule of vitamin A. Species to species variation in conversion of carotene from feed. Cow maximum 30 microgram per gram yellow. Buffalo very less 0.25 to 0.48 microgram per gram white. Water soluble: riboflavin, vitamin B12. Greenish yellow pigment give typical color to wavy. Also called as lactochrome or lactoflavin. Gases: freshly draw milk, majority CO2 escape after some time. Change in specific gravity. Specific gravity of freshly drawn milk 1.030. Specific gravity after some time 1.025. This deviation is called as rich angle phenomena. H2S rotten egg-like smell, action of microorganism, globulin, IgA and IgG freshly drawn milk, maximum in cholesterol. 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 Cholesterol is lacteal secretion for initial 3-4 days after calving. Characteristics: reddish yellow in color, thick, slimy, and viscous in consistency, bitter in taste, salty flavor, and has laxative action. Specific gravity is 1.079 high, low in sugar, water, and fat, rich in casein, albumin, globulin, as carotene, vitamin D, and iron. Easily coagulated by heat due to high content of albumin and globulin. Cholesterol. Average composition: parameter cow and buffalo, water, fat, protein, lactose, as acidity. Commonly used term: milk, water plus total solid, milk plasma, milk minus fat, milk serum, milk minus fat and casein, skim milk, milk having less than 0.5% fat, wavy, synonymous to serum, water left after coagulating of casein, channa, paneer, etc. Factor affecting composition of milk. Factor affecting composition of milk. Physiological factor: species, individual variation, breed. Environmental factor: temperature, humidity, rain. Variable constituent: fat, protein, lactose, age, stage of lactation, quantity of milk. Normal variation: day to day difference in milk yield and composition, no specific reason. Heredity factor: species, cow less fat and more lactose, buffalo more fat and less lactose. Breed: exotic breeds, high quantity, less fat, HF, Jersey, Brown Swiss. Indigenous, less quantity, more fat, Gir, Sahiwal. Individual variation: animal to animal in same species or breed. Lactation. Lactation stage of lactation: milk yield and composition vary with stage of lactation. More yield, less fat; less yield, more fat. 5 days of parturition. Colostrum: salty and bitter due to more globular protein and appear yellow. Number of lactation: up to 3 third lactation. Peak production: productive animal. After 4 lactation, milk yield decreases, fat and SNF increase. Physiological of animal. Physiological of animal: estrus cycle: drop in production due to restlessness and excitement. Gestation: drop in last trimester, further drop due to hormonal changes. Age: as advanced decays in milk yield, increase in fat and SNF. Milking. Interval of milking: normal interval 12 hours, low yielding 10 liter per day twice, high yielding more than 15 to 20 liter per day thrice. Period of milking: morning milk rich in fat, evening milk low in fat. Protein of milk: for milk poor in fat 10% fat, middle milk medium in fat 30% fat, stripping rich in fat 6 to 70% fat. Aluminum should be milked completely to avoid mastitis, milk stone, etc. Feed. Feed does not change status of constituents. Green feed increase the production and butyric acid. Feed supplement and feed additive increase yield, fat and SNF. Condition of animal: healthy animal normal, disease animal decrease yield or change in constituent. Well feed or healthy animal at calving, more fat in initial stage and normal later. Seasonal or climate: rainy in winter, July to February more yield, summer, milk or June less yield. Miscellaneous: excitement of animal while milking, milking place, method of milking. Nutritive value of milk. Milk is a good source of high quality protein, calcium, phosphorus, Milk protein has a biological value of 90%. 90%. Lysine is one of the essential amino acids which is abundant in milk protein. Cheese, khoa, and milk powder concentrated form containing high amount of nutrient per unit. Milk is only substance that contain lactose. Galactose is essential for the synthetic of myelin sheath. Lactose not being easily soluble favor the growth of lactic acid basically in the intestine which decrease the pH. This drop in pH favor calcium absorption. Lactose also increase the permeability of the small intestine for calcium ion. Milk fat is easily digestible. It contains enolic acid 2.1%, linoleic acid 0.5%, and arachidonic acid 0.114%. Dairy food are a major source of calcium because of the significant amount of the mineral present which is most favorable for bone development. The calcium requirement cannot be met easily without taking milk. Milk is a poor source of iron, but whatever little iron is present, thiamine occurs in only fair concentration in milk but is relatively consistent in amount. Riboflavin is present in a higher concentration in milk than the other vitamin and its stability to heat makes milk a dependable source of this vitamin. Milk is not a good source of niacin, but it is an excellent source of tryptophan. Milk is a very poor source of vitamin C. Energy value. Energy value. The energy giving milk constituent and their individual contribution are as follows: milk fat 9.3 calorie per gram, milk protein 4.1 kilocalorie per gram, milk sugar 4.1 kilocalorie per gram. Milk fat 9.3 kc per gram, milk protein 4.1 kc per gram, milk sugar 4.1 kc per gram. Principal fatty acid found in milk: triglyceride, butyric acid, caproic, capric, lauric, myristic, palmitic, stearic, arachidonic, oleic, linolenic. Vitamins in milk. Role of vitamin in human health. Amount of 1 glass 250 ml per milk. Vitamin A, healthy skin, eye, hair, immunity 120 microgram. B1 thiamine, energy production and growth. B2 riboflavin, promote growth, healthy eye, hair, skin and nail. Pyridoxine, essential for protein metabolism, healthy skin, hair, nail. B2 cyanocobalamin, growth and maintenance of the nervous system, required for body cell formation and healthy food. D. Work together with calcium and phosphorus for healthy bone and teeth. Folate, folic acid act with B12 to assist body cell formation, important before and during early pregnancy. Mineral in milk. Minerals in milk. Minerals in milk. Role of mineral in human health. Amount in 1 glass 250 ml of milk. Calcium, maintain strong bone and teeth, regulates nerve and muscle function 295 mg. Phosphorus, work with calcium and magnesium to maintain bone structure 232 mg. Magnesium, maintain bone structure required for muscle nerve function 27 mg. Zinc, important for immunity, healing, reproduction 1 mg. Thank you.